Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. So, let's go to the next reaction video. We about to head over into the wonderful world of TikTok. And we finna tap in with a well-known influencer, Chevvy Caprice. Chevy spelled with 2 V's. Chevy spelled with 2 V's. She already lit on TikTok, but y'all make sure y'all tap in anyway. She got a big following. She be kicking a lot of game, and she comes from a pretty, logical standpoint. And so I could rock with it. Even when I don't agree with it, I'm able to understand her, and that's all I need to be able to appreciate your conversation, is to be able to understand you. I don't have to be able I have to understand you to agree or disagree with you. If I can't understand you, we just don't have any business talking, right? Let's go though. Chevy Caprice is going to be talking about the Cookin with Kaya situation. All right. So allegedly, just to give y'all a little bit of background, there's something going around saying that Cookin with Kaya, I guess she had a boyfriend, right? I don't keep up with her too heavy, aside from just like seeing some food clips here and there. But she had a boyfriend, and I guess she cheated on her boyfriend. And her boyfriend has gone public pretty much being slanderous and talking about, that she cheated on him and, she broke up with him and this, that, and the third. So Kaya released a video explaining the whole thing without necessarily taking a lot of accountability. Chevy Caprice is speaking on this from more of almost like a business standpoint, I believe. But I wanted to look at it. I wanted to cover Chevy Caprice versus covering Cookin with Kaya's video about her relationship or her boyfriend's video, because my channel's not for gossip. My channel is for the bigger picture. And so we're going to look at this from Chevy Caprice angle, because she's talking about it in a way that's helpful to others as well as Kaya. And that's where we at with it. We trying to help and entertain at the same time, but definitely educate. So let's go.
I'm going to give Cookin with Kaya until maybe the end of the summer. Completely ruined, before she completely has ruined her name, her brand, and really her newfound fame. I'm going to give Cookin with Kaya until maybe the end of the summer before she is completely ruined, before she completely has ruined her name, her brand, and really her newfound fame. She needs a team, she needs people around her, a little older, to kind of guide her with some of the things that she say, to help her not speak on certain things, and to just teach her how to speak if she's looking to continue to be, like a public figure. At one point, they was rooting for her. And now that she allegedly got caught cheating on her boyfriend, that's all kid stuff. And I'm going to speak from a space where I know she's 20, he's 20, they 21, somewhere up in their early 20s. First and foremost, this type of behavior is expected because she's young. And this is why we try to tell young people not to get in relationships, because it comes with a lot of emotions, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of things that y'all just can't quite sort out on your own. Y'all don't even know how to sort out your own emotions, let alone somebody else's. And now they're saying that she supposedly cheated, but it was the fact that she lacked that accountability. Not that I'm surprised, because at 20, who's taking accountability? I mean, women in their 40s, 30s, and 50s is not even taking accountability.
If I was one, that would be embarrassing for you. Like, why would you stay with a whore? Why would you cry for a whore when she says she wants you to go get established and that she doesn't want to be in a relationship? Why would you literally cry? Okay? Like, y'all, I've never seen a man cry like that. And I'm not, men can cry. But it just got to the point where it's like, dang, like, every time I tell you anything like that.
First, I want to tell every...
Hold on. Let me find a spot. I need a spot, because Chevy cooking, and I wanted y'all to really feel where she coming from. But let me chime in, y'all. Cookin with Kaya is young, but listen, her sentiments are very similar to, like Chevy said, women of all ages. That's why I always tell you, men, stop being vulnerable in front of women if it don't involve nobody being dead. If somebody die, that woman to give you a pass for your tears. Cry as hard as you want if somebody pass away. Aside from somebody passing away, just life being hard, don't bring them tears home. Don't cry around your woman. Don't cry to your woman. Don't cry to your female friend. Don't cry in front of your mama. Don't be out here crying. Go cry with God. Go somewhere quiet. Cry with God. You got a dog? Go walk your dog. Go cry in the woods. Go cry somewhere safe. Crying around women or how you out here getting played on the internet like Buddy just got played for his tears. And then she gonna try to follow up and say, but it's okay though, but it was just like too much. Double talking. Let's go, Chevy. Talk to us.
Every young man or young woman, do not let social media ever make you feel like you need to be established at 20 years old. That is not likely, and that is not realistic. There are some 20-year-olds that may be established. They may have been put into a position from their family. Mom, dad may have set their future up in a good way. Or you may be one of the few, such as Kaya, who could possibly, win from social media. But that's not likely for everybody. And so I think that it was very unfair for her to say, I just want him to be established. Everybody does not get the opportunity that you got, Kaya. And when it comes to young men, they definitely don't get put on nearly as easy as a girl. Girls can clap their booties and make a little bit of food. Girls can just be cute. Girls can just, it's so many ways for women of all ages to really get money. Those same opportunities are not there for young men. So I think that part was very unfair, and I don't want no young man feeling like he needs to be established at the age of 20, because when you put that type of pressure on a young man, it starts to send him out to do other things, rather it's a whole lot of other things that they don't need to be out here doing.
Listen, we got a lot of wife talk on this one today, y'all. We might have to rename this live wives talking, because I'm looking at her hands looking for a wedding ring, because she making too much sense. Somebody got to lock that in. She look good too. She got to have somebody in her life. Chevy got to have somebody in her life. She look good. Look like she either on her way to the gym or just came from it. Yeah. Sorry to get off subject, y'all. I just like how much sense she making. A woman who knows how to regulate her emotions and operate inside of logic, that's gonna be a wife. Because if she know how to regulate her emotions and get over into logic, her problem solving skills with a man are going to be A1. It's the women who don't know how to regulate their emotions who have communications issues with men. And then she seems to know how to be respectful. I like Chevvy Caprice. Y'all go follow her on TikTok, okay? Chevy spelled with 2 V's. Go tap in with her. But as far as what she's saying in regards to Kaya, I can't chime in too much because she's not saying anything that I necessarily disagree with. And I don't want to just echo her sentiments. Only thing I could say is, like, I think the young man shouldn't go through something for nothing, as I always say. He needs to learn from the situation. And we just covered it in the question today. I mean, she's an influencer. Her job is to wake up and seek attention. And part of her gaining attention comes from her appeal, right? So if that's a woman that you're trying to take serious, and then especially at your age too, she may get to a point in her life where she matures and can really settle down and be loyal to a man long term while being lit outside. However, before she gets to that time frame, she gonna have to learn some lessons through experience too, and he just happened to be on the wrong side of that. But she getting advances at her all the time. And these men have money, they have resource, they're farther along. That's why she'll tell you some shit like, you need to get established, just because you're simply a regular person, or you're not a regular person, because money don't make you regular or irregular. However, in a social climate, you don't have a bunch of clout, you're not lit, or whatever the case may be. Well, there's hella lit people that she passing on to try to be loyal to you. At some point, you're gonna lose to the internet. Kanye told you, Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna lose, and that's all of us. But he learning through experience right now. It's the same for all of us. Everybody been curved. Everybody. Chris Brown got females paying a couple thousand for a meet and greet. He been curved before too. He's been rejected before too. Usher been rejected before too. He got females eating cherries. His ass been rejected before too. If you out in the fields, you gonna catch a pop fly. You know what I'm saying? None of us are exempt. So the young man just learning some hard lessons. Kaya don't seem like she in a space where she learning from none of this yet, because she not taking no accountability, as Chevy indicated. You know what I'm saying? So she not learning. She gonna have to repeat this a few times. I just hope that she managed, hopefully she listening to more Lotto than Sexy Red. So she managed that for JJ, because it be getting bad for these celebrity females out here when like 10 years pass and you could look back on their track record and literally count 15 to 17 bodies that we just happen to know about. That's not even the ones that wasn't public relationships. Like over the course of time, that should be adding up and it be looking bad. And that's how you end up being, Vivica Fox, one of these crash outs. That's how you end up being Tracy Ellis Ross. You feel what I'm saying? So she got decisions to make, and she probably should make them sooner rather than later. Or I'm with Chevy. She gonna, meet her demise, because a lot of her image is men rocking with her. And once we start looking at her like that little, you feel me? Then she gonna have to start selling sex more than food. Once we start looking at her like a little, you know what I mean? So we gonna see though. Let's go, Chevy.
Secondly, the accountability. When you supposedly got caught cheating, this is not to blame Kaya. This is really to give you young people a little insight to just kind of learn from it. It is okay, you guys, to say, you know what, my bad, or you know what, I didn't really see him standing behind me, and whatever the case is, it's okay to apologize. It's okay to recognize when you're wrong. Don't start gaslighting somebody talking about some, well then why you would have hold him. That's like not fair. That's like emotional abuse to that young man. And last but not least, to say, well, why is you crying over a hoe then? If I'm such a hoe, why are you crying over me? Well, he's crying over you because he loves you. He's crying over you because his feelings are already wrapped up into you. This is a prime example of why men do not feel safe with women. And young ladies, I want y'all to pay attention to some of the things that Kaya is doing so that y'all can learn from it. Now, when Kaya got up there and expressed that, I never seen a man cry like that. Like, why you keep crying? Then you crying over him. When you say things like that, men are now going to look at you as like not a safe place. Are they going to still talk to her? Of course. Are they going to still rock with her? Of course. Are they still going to try to have sex with her? Of course. Are they still going to try to make her their girlfriend? Of course. Because there's other things that come along with that, like the spotlight, the attention, just the ideal of her. They're going to still go after her, but they're not going to let their guards down with her, because she has now put another man's business out there. And one thing about men, they stick to the code. All they got to see is a girl treat one.
What she say? What she say we do, fellas? We stick to the code. Yeah. We definitely gonna do that. Oh, she moving like how? Oh, okay. Well, we know what it is then. She moving like how? Oh, okay. Yeah. Say less. Say less. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So we gonna, once we slot you, you know what I mean? Just like what's her name? What's her name that was just married to what's his name? And then they got divorced, and now she go with what's his name? They play football for what you call it. And females in the comments like, look, you can bounce back and you can always find another one. Y'all think he taking her serious? Well, he having his turn. We already, listen, it's over with. She not lying. It's just a woman giving you the game. Y'all don't like hearing it from us. That's just a woman giving you the game. Oh, you moving like how? Oh shit, we know what that is. It's over with. In redemption, that's hard to come by. You got to choose when it comes to serious relationships and somebody that's going to still value you in spite of your past. Now you got to choose from the pool of what other men would consider to be suckers or simps. Amongst men, we would consider them that. He still can make you happy. You just can't give a damn of what he looked like amongst other men. If you care about what we think, then you don't have a real man. You got the lesser of us. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't care about what we think and you prioritizing your happiness after you've made those types of mistakes, them the type of men you got to settle for. That's the harsh reality. You're not going to get a real one with a certain level of principles and they had to do a certain level of work to get to a certain place. You're not really going to get him because he's going to look at his journey and be like, nah, I deserve more or better than that in regards to my standards. You feel me? Same reason why y'all be passing on niggas talking about y'all standards. That's how it's going to end up going. So it's very important to manage how you move in these streets before you sit down somewhere. It's very important. You can still have fun, still be lit, still be at the party, but just don't run up the bodies. Don't run up the bodies and don't publicly be no asshole to no man. She ain't giving no bad advice, y'all. Let's roll.
Do one way, and most dudes is gonna stick to the code. There's a real dude world out here. Girls, y'all like fake girls. Y'all don't stick with each other like the men stick with each other. All you gotta do is treat one dude one way and they all following suit. Man, bro, she ain't no good, man. No, you see how she did that? Like, they don't play them type games. I guarantee you he won't ever open up like that again to another woman. So now, because he's gave that a chance. He shared his vulnerability, he shared his emotions, he shared how he truly felt about a girl, and now it's all over the internet. Do you honestly think that that young man is going to ever give a woman that piece of him again? He's probably not. So when we're often walking around trying to figure out why men won't show their emotions and why men act so nonchalant and why they act like they don't give a F about us, that is a prime example why. Because he's only 20. How you think he's going to be acting at 25 and 30? He's never going to give that side of himself up again, and we can thank, you know, a woman for that.
How the song go? They made a monster out of me. That's how we get made. I was young, naive, and nice too. I used to be a nice guy. Yeah, nice to the motherfucker. Send you some flowers, write you a letter, all that soft ass shit. I'm telling you, get you cheated on every time. You end up out here like Kaya boyfriend. For sure, for sure. Listen, women to hear me say this and be like, oh no, go back to being nice, blah, blah. They don't even realize they don't like that shit. They don't like that, boy. You better sprinkle in some asshole in your stride. You got to be a little bit of an asshole if you want to sustain a woman. You cannot be at her beck and call. You cannot be acquiescing to all her desires, her wants, and all that shit. Listen, them dudes be getting cheated on. The dudes that be all over the internet bragging, talking about, you know, I go out and get all the money and my wife don't have to do nothing. All my wife do is tend to our kids. You know what I'm saying? And I pay for everything. And I do this and I do that and I do this. You would be surprised what the dudes do for a living that she cheating on y'all with. Y'all would be shocked at the guys that they'll cheat on y'all with. Mr. I do everything. Yeah, we seen a lot of y'all take L's. It'd be a matter of time for you dudes. Your wife I said it before and I'm going to say it again. You ain't got to go 50-50, but your woman better put some skin in the game. She better have some skin in the game. You put your woman on easy street, you will get played. Put her on easy street. Give her no responsibilities. Yeah, she's supposed to be at home taking care of the kids, but you also got a team of nannies. So that's taking everything off her shoulders. Put your wife on easy mode. Mr. Big Baller, I do everything. So you can stand around us and tell us how much of a fool you is. The real ones know. My parents still together. I seen both of them put skin in the game, and that's what kept them through the hard times. A woman that's used to being able to kick her feet up, let you go down a little bit, and then you ask her to pick up the slack. Pick up the slack. You didn't say that was part of the deal. Work where? And if she feel like she's still pretty, gonna try to go get another you. We seen it happen 100 times. Go check the court docs. Y'all know what's happening up there at the divorce court. Motherfuckers getting took to the cleaners. It's a route. What we talking about? So don't ever get it confused, man. Let's let Chevy finish.
Last but not least, I will say this. We have to start realizing that money does not change people. It literally reveals who people be before all of that. So y'all did all that rooting for Kaya, and I'm still rooting for her success, but she's going to have to get it together, because the more she start talking, the more she start opening her mouth, the more we are able to see that she's not really a girl's girl, and the more unlikable she becomes. I'm really hoping she can get a team to grab a hold of her so that she can know what to say and what not to say. Or just as quick as the fame found her, she getting ready to lose it, because her personality is not, it's not mathing.
Shout out to Chevvy Caprice. I will end on this. I do disagree with her in regards to this. I don't think Kaya could really lose. I think she's got too much of a following, and I believe that what she's doing is something that she can sustain. I just feel like the more she speaks and reveals herself, it's just going to show which types of people are going to be her demographic, but she's going to have a demographic. So I do disagree with Chevy in regards to, if Kaya don't get it together, you know, she going to be donezy. I don't think she going to be donezo. I don't think she's going to be done. I think she's going to do just fine. It's just either the ratchets are going to love her, or the people like you, Chevy, are going to continue to love her. But she's not going to position herself to where both love her unless she gets some PR. I agree with you on that, Chevy. She definitely needs some public relations. So, yeah, but I rock with Chevy for the most part. Everything she said, about 98% of what she said, I'm in alignment with it. I hope y'all felt where she was coming from too, because that was good. I mean, I can't offer too much more on that one for sure. But yeah, I hope Cooking with Kaya, you know, find her way without making too many mistakes, at least ones that she can't regulate in the space of privacy. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes. We all have done things that, I don't know, we may or may not be the most proud of, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, to a degree, regardless of whether you're an influencer or a content creator, you could keep it real. But just like I told y'all, omission is not a lie. You ain't got to put your whole life in this shit. I'm not telling y'all everything, and I will never tell y'all everything. And y'all don't deserve to know everything. What I have to offer you is my perspective. I don't have to offer you my business. I'll give you some story time, but within my parameters, you feel me? And I think everybody deserves that space, right? So hopefully whatever other mistakes she got to make in the way of dealing with men and shit like that in regards to Kaya, whatever other mistakes she got to make in the way of dealing with men, hopefully she could do them in within the element of privacy, a space of privacy, so that the whole world don't see it and she don't get slotted a certain way. You know what I mean? But we've all seen that getting slotted that way can still be very much financially lucrative. But if we're talking about long-term life goals, settling down, making a family, I mean, it just changes who your picks are. That's all. We seeing hoes get turned into housewives now. But again, it just depends on who you want your picks to be. That's all. But yeah, we moving on off that, man.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold.